난 어딘가 툭 불시착했지. 눈을 깜빡인 그 순간 모든 게 새로운 트립. 지평선 위쪽 고개 뻗은 길. 걷고 걸으면 친구를 만날까 궁금했지. 어떤 별의 꿈일까. 여린 싹이 움튼 dream. 발을 떼는 그 순간 낯선 언어가 다정인 내 맘을 두드렸지. 스무룩 고르고 둘러보는 나만의 earth. 지도는 없어도 왠지 그게 맘에 들어. 예쁜 꽃이 피는 작은 나였던 섬. 푸르른 하늘도 빼고 갈게 맘에 들어. A beautiful art. 남과 다르게 굴면 좀 어때. 더 자세히 보면은 모두가 이상한데 따누는 일이 투명한데 마음 하나를 헤아릴 수 없어 재밌지. 어떤 새의 노래가 귀를 간지럽힌 dream. 손을 뻗는 그 순간 부는 바람을 타고서 어디든 갈 것 같지. 스무룩 고르고 둘러보는 나만의 earth. 지도는 없어도 왠지 그게 맘에 들어. 예쁜 꽃이 피는 작은 나였던 섬. 푸르른 하늘도 빼고 갈게 맘에 들어. A beautiful art. 여행을 온 것 같은 하루의 끝. 울적한 감정이 빠있다 금씩. 괜찮아 툭툭 걸고 가보자 쭉. 내 특별한 행성을 사랑할래. 수무룩 고르고 둘러보는 나만의 earth. 지도는 없어도 왠지 그게 맘에 들어. 예쁜 꽃이 피는 작은 나였던 섬. 두 눈 크게 뜨고 맘에 새겨둬. 또 다른 세상 속 궁금한 게 많아졌어. 낯선 뷰마저도 본 적 없어 특별해져. 많은 비밀들을 품은 나였던 섬. 예측할 수 없는 일이 생길걸. 스무룩 고르고 둘러보는 나만의 earth. Beautiful art. In my heart I will love and cherish you. A beautiful art.
Good evening and welcome back to medieval Egypt, where Queen Adalberta rules with, well, I'm not sure it's really an iron fist, but certainly a sword, because she is the sword of Jesus, and she's been expanding Egypt rather. She, I think I've decided, believes that she is on a mission to rid Africa of the pernicious influence of Islam, and is thus
any other Christian heresies that happen to be in there.
Oh yes, and well, I think the Pope believes she's on a mission to rid Africa of any Christian heresies, and she is willing to do what the Pope asks on a good day, because the Pope did kind of put her in this position, even if she has her own opinions about what she's doing here. Oops, I shouldn't use that button because it does weird things to the streamed display. So when we left her, she had just founded the Republic of Axum on the Red Sea, which we hope will provide some amount of income, at least once it gets itself properly established. She is educating her eldest daughter Gerhild, and is hopeful that Gerhild will turn out as a Basque whatever it is, brilliant strategist, and thus a pretty decent successor to Adalberta. Though I am now wondering if she might want to palm her off on a Grey Eminence, because at the moment, what do you get for brilliant strategist? Does brilliant strategist give you any diplomacy?
Well,
No. So I wonder if it might be because the thing is, Gerhilt has currently 9 diplomacy, 15 martial. I mean, on the other hand, it might just be fun for Gerhilt to be almost as much of a martial genius as some other is.
yeah, I mean,
Like, because brilliant strategist will get her another 9, so that will put her at about 24, which is not terrifyingly good.
it's very respectful. And of course, if you only don't have any of that DLC after
And yeah, there is a slight problem that this will be maybe bad for her vassal's opinion of her, but like maybe her military strength will overrule that. So yeah, I think maybe we do try to get her brilliant strategist anyway, because I think that'll give her. 24 is not low enough, not high enough that I really want to reduce it just to get her better diplomacy. Her husband only has 13 diplomacy. He hasn't turned out that well, because he has turned out as a damn scholarly theologian.
very useful if you were trying to.
Let's just see if we can find a better husband for her. Like, if we have to piss off the Dew of Anatolia, that's quite acceptable. Of course, it's slightly hard because I don't want to break the engagement until I've actually found someone better. But I suppose let's just look for unmarried men. I don't actually care about ruler. In diplomatic range. I suppose if they'll join my court, then I can force them to marry her. It's tempting. Yasir, Grand Vizier of Mamluks. He's a bit old at 38, but his stats go 17, 15, 14, 3, 17, and he's a genius. He'll join my court.
Okay.
Once he's joined my court, I can force him to marry who I like within my court. Right, well, let's invite him to join my court.
And he wants to get married, I think.
Yes, there's also a desire to get married. But sorry, Nesh Skribas, your education was inadequate. He doesn't even want to join my court because he has claims he wants pressed. He just wants to join my court because he loves Queen Adalberta. Opinion of Queen Adalberta plus 62. Opinion of Captain Abu Baker not so much. What does that mean he is? Oh, his Mamluks are... What? Okay, I think Mamluks is a thing, mercenary company or something. Because yes, Captain Abu Bakr of Mamluks is a duke but not a count, and you can only accomplish that by it being an interesting title. So yes, I think Mamluks is a mercenary company or a holy order, and yes, the being a Christian vassal of possibly a Muslim holy order is not going to make you a very happy person. Anyway, yes, come and join my court. Also, you're Egyptian, which might have some interesting consequences, except that I'm trying to become Basque. Because if you're Egyptian, then the pyramids work properly for you.
So if you become Basque, change the succession to be fully cognatic, and then say became Egyptian, what would happen?
I think it can stay fully cognatic.
I think it should as well, but I'm not 100% sure.
I should probably... oh dear, we've lost our court chaplain. That's a pity. He had, terrifying learning.
Converting them for toffee.
He was better at converting Christians. He dealt with one of our heretic groups. Anyway, I was actually going to declare a holy war, wasn't I?
Probably.
I was about to go after the Hashemids, who are unutterably feeble now. I mean, they have got a fairly solid defensive pact on their side, but there's no one in there that scares me. And if we go for Blemia, that's an enormous lump of East Africa gone. And it connects up our republic. I mean, that almost drives the Hashemids out of Africa. Then yes, I kind of... Yeah, let's do them first. There may be the Ziadid revolt, and then maybe some of the guys in the west, and we'll see how it goes. So let's have a look at who's on the other side then. We have 2,000 troops from that guy and 2,000 from the Hashemids and another 3,000 there, so that's about 7,000, about 8,000. About 9,000, maybe even 10,000, 13,000, 17,000. The Ziadids are actually reasonably significant. Yeah, so we've got... our opponents this time are actually... The Muslim Defensive Pact is actually reasonably strong. I'm going to need to raise at least a fairly large proportion of my troops. Let's start... I'm not completely out of money. Start by raising my own, and then we'll raise primarily those who don't hate me so much. But most of them are somewhere unhelpful, aren't they? Or have no troops, yeah. Definitely raise Alexandria. Let's avoid raising the ones with really big penalties. So let's avoid raising Aswan in particular, probably Tahirt and Swabia. What? Swabia is actually Prince Magnus, or who is Duke Magnus of... Where's he got to? Oh, no. Surely he's not the Bishop Magnus. Sort by name. Magnus Di Spoleto, who's random count. Yeah, okay, we don't care about him anyway. Right. So we should avoid raising Aswan. Let's do essentially everyone else on the east side, at least, if I can remember who's on the east side. Well, maybe I should just zoom in. What does Aswan's arms look like? Aswan's arms are those ones. So Asyut, I think, is not a serious problem. No. Cyrenaicre's not a problem, and we should rate, and we can raise him all the way over here. Fayum. Oh, he's very cheery. Paritonium. Yeah, we'll take her troops as well. Sinai. Yes, please. So how are we looking now? We've raised about 16,000 troops. Our enemies in total have 17,000. We haven't raised the troops of any vassal who's seriously annoyed. That looks like a good situation. Let's send everyone to a convenient coastal county with a decent supply limit. And then get ourselves organised. Basically everything they've got in Africa. So there's that lump there, and like all of, yes, well, you can see the outlined bit, i.e. everything except that county is in one duchy.
Yeah.
So my plan is we take all of that in a single holy war.
And then presumably someone will go, oh, what a terrible shame it is that this county is sitting there all by itself.
Well, yeah, we'll take that one eventually, but it
Could be your vassals who take it.
yes, indeed. I am getting close to my vassal limit, so I may need to start giving people more than one duchy, or maybe moving some of my dukes under slightly inappropriate duchies.
One kingdom.
Yes.
You might want to look at, and it's very hard to get to duchy viceroyalties.
I think it's impossible without the Charlemagne DLC.
Okay, well, in that case, maybe you have to look at getting Empire.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I want to try to create the Empire of Outremer, but that does rather involve taking over the whole of the Arabian Peninsula, which, like, I have almost none of. I've got 3 counties of Sinai at the moment. Anyway, we need a new court chaplain, preferably one who's more useful than the last one. So we do have a bishop lying around with a learning of 18, which is not bad, really. Reset my religion. I mean, technically I might be willing to convert someone who's not of my religion, but join court, yes.
If you do convert people, though, there is the risk that they
Men,
retain a
we don't actually need him to be a genius. We do want to sort by that. The Chancellor of Finland has a learning of 32.
Any other good traits, like, charisma?
Well, he has Marshal of 0, Marshal 0, Stewardship 0, Intrigue 0. He is such an academic.
What's his diplomacy like?
Diplomacy 13.
Okay, no, that's not
But,
terrible.
like, he's mastermind theologian, malnourished scholar, trusting, arbitrary, envious, chaste, honest, infirm. He has a base learning of 22. And then mastermind theologian. Right, well, you may not last long, but
We'd like to
you're
see-
so entertaining, we'll have to have you come to court.
I
What?
just worry that you end up creating a new heresy, but, you know.
But meanwhile, we have Yasir. Random lowborn chap who just happens to look like an excellent husband for my daughter. Yes, Seb mentions, wow, Egypt is an odd shape. It was a fairly odd shape when I got it, in that it already extended all the way up to here, to Djerba, sorry. So we've just kept on with the same trend and extended it all the way to the Atlantic. And like this bit's perfectly sensible Egypt. Mostly. Maybe we shouldn't go quite that far up the Nile. Right, so Princess Gerhild, we're going to break your current betrothal. So we'll lower Count Neresh the unchaste opinion of me by 20. Yes, sorry. And instead, we will betroth you to... Wait, betroth you, you're not an adult yet, so we can't marry you. Betroth you to Yassir. Does lose it will lose Gerhild 300 prestige when she marries him. But it will improve if I turn on matrilineal. No. It presumably won't let... Yes, it won't even let me marry him non-matrilineally because he doesn't have a house, as it were. He doesn't have an appropriate name. So, yes. Similarly, apparently, Queen Adalberta will lose 300 prestige. She has 10,000 prestige. She isn't going to notice. Like, Gerhild might.
But I'm pretty sure she'll get it back fairly quickly. I mean, how much prestige are you getting monthly, right?
Monthly prestige 10. From pride, from my armour, from my diplomacy, from having the Lighthouse of Alexandria.
So less than 3 years.
And a bit.
And she'd get it back. Assuming you've managed to shunt your the son off to a bishopric.
Yes. So he is only 9. The second daughter is also now Basque, so that's nice. And is like betrothed to the Tsar of Bulgaria.
Presumably that's not matrilineal.
No. But I thought Bulgaria might be nice people to have at least a non-aggression pact with. Because like Bulgaria's quite big. It's not like Holy Roman Empire big. Yet I'm slightly worried that the Najidids seem to be pushing into Eastern Europe a bit. Scotland is still hanging on there, hasn't quite been abolished. Ireland looks precisely like Ireland usually does right at the start of the game. It's full of tiny independent duchies. I mean, the English are trying to get a foothold, and so are the Norwegians, but the Norwegians don't have much of like traditional Norway left. Norway looks like Ireland does at the start of the game.
Scythia, Lapland, and what's the red things that bits of?
Gotland
Gotland
has got quite a lot of odd bits now.
Reflective of something in the nature.
so... Ooh, the Kaiser of Italia has constructed a golden throne in his apostolic palace. That's nice. Right, and here is my new weird court chaplain called John. He must have had a very weird education. Right, so where should we send him? He should deal with the other monophysites, because the Pope dislikes monophysites. That is a random bit of the Hashemite army wandering across my territory. Random people leaving a defensive pact because confusion. And yes, our non-aggression pact has been dissolved. Pope Urbanus III accepted Kaiser Hupold of Italia's peace offer. Why was the Kaiser of Italia at war with the Pope in the first place? Papal war. No, the papal war for Bishop Hesso's claim on Orvieto. The Pope actually went to war for a claim against the Kaiser of Italia. Make sure this which is the trailing army, at least has a an organizer. Actually, since that's the second most trailing army, give them an organizer as well. Oh, one of my organisers has just died. Heinrich the Pest, the father of Gerhild, has sadly died at the age of 75. So yes, we're going to need a replacement commander. There is people getting released from dungeons as a result of the end of the Papal War. Well, we needed a new organiser. Hang on. I'm just going, hang on. Nikita, isn't he the one I expelled from my kingdom for beating someone or something and stole all of his money? Is he actually willing to come back? Am I willing for him to come back? Maybe it's a different Nikita. Let's invite him anyway. We'll see if he's got any money. Right. Sodding great army. Ready to stomp on the Hashemids. Right, the inland supply limits are a bit low, but we will start by besieging the coastal cities and castles and such. Right. Odd, a message saying that Zabava Matfeo has left your court, but I think sometimes it says, if you're watching another character, it sometimes says your court when it means somebody else's court. So she's left somebody else's court to come to Egypt, which is my court. He hasn't got any money, so he might be the same Nikita. He wants to amass wealth. Well, he might get to do that eventually. Yes, we had... I don't think Verity was here for the amusing occasion when Adalberta accidentally spent so much money that she was eligible to pick the amass wealth ambition. Like, it suddenly said, you should choose an ambition. What? Oh, I've only got 95 gold. Right.
Although it's been doing a lot of building.
Yes. And so I went, okay, I'll amass wealth. Won't take me long to get back up to 500. Right, there we go. One extra point of stewardship in consequence. Actually going, should I just shift Alaric to being taught by someone of the correct culture, because that will vastly improve the opinion of most of my vassals of me, because he's technically my heir for now.
Yeah.
I don't think it actually helps very much. We aren't intending for him to ever inherit the kingdom.
The thing here is, does that mean he's going to be, educated by someone perhaps with support? Yes, but we also don't care, so,
But I mean, I can educate him myself.
And does this help?
Well, Means I get some control over how he turns out.
It's certainly true.
Means that if there are opportunities to send him into terrifying danger, I can do so. And that should, like, somewhat improve people's opinion, because we'll stop having a thing being educated in foreign culture penalty. Ooh, someone has attempted to declare war on Fez. I don't think you can do that. No, thank you. Not no longer valid, was never valid, was always a bloody stupid casus belli. Let's switch to a siege leader. Possibly I want to split this army in half and go round mopping up and take Adalberta and someone quick. So stick my new commander and a holy warrior in that and just start rapidly killing people. And this one should have Dietrich and Gregorio and someone else goodish. Yeah, actually it still is the right one. Right. And should sit there and besiege. And that way we can deal with these conveniently medium-sized armies before they become large armies. Gerhild asks, since we all die anyway, why to be so hassled about life? So we can say, I suppose you are right. Not that it's entirely clear what she's saying, but still. Which will give her 50%. She will either become chaste, learning +1, church opinion +5, monthly piety +0.5, which is not so critical if you're not trying to become Holy Roman Emperor. Temperate, stewardship +2, church opinion +5, same trade opinion +5. But what about the enjoyment, which will give her one of the opposite two of traits, lustful and gluttonous. I think we will go for I suppose you are right, which has got her chaste. It's like reasonably safe. She'll still have some children, I'm sure. You're one of those, who are you and what are you doing in my court? You're a... Yes, I really don't know what you're doing in my court. Oh well. You're apparently a brilliant strategist. But that doesn't actually make you take you up to being decent commander fodder, even if we did manage to get to the point where we could appoint women as commanders. More people joining offensive practice. There's a bunch of stuff of mine being besieged somewhere. I mean, not just here. Apparently they're running away. They're heading for Dotawo. Well, we will be movement locked on the 24th. They will be movement locked on the 23rd. So we wait until they become movement locked and then change direction. so that they can't change their minds. That's only desert as well, so that should be fine. Those incoming troops are not a serious worry. It was a fairly rapid battle. We have captured some random guy. He is almost certainly not getting us any war score. Ross will pay his own ransom. Yeah, I don't think he's going to. I don't think he is militarily useful. So let's ransom him for 10 gold. Right. Meanwhile, that army is now idle. They're heading from Asawa. Right, so they're heading down here to join that lot. Let's just try to reach Masawa ourselves and see what happens. That lot are going to high R, so probably they will meet up in the middle. If we spot anyone else lying around, we should. I have trumped everyone and am the best queen ever.
Ta-da!
Now what? Loses the trait ambitious, which is right nuisance because that drops me by 2 martial.
Yeah, do some more practicing. Or decide to found an empire. That might get ambitious back.
But well, you have 31 martial points now. Let's change it. Oh, we have a new Grand Mayor Gautier of Axum, who we appointed ourselves because of his excellent stewardship, has sadly not survived very long as Grand Mayor of Axum, and has been replaced by the substantially less useful Grand Mayor Julien d'Artois. Battle of Hayar Tribe is going fairly well for Egypt. Oh yes, you guys, once you finish that battle, I should redirect you to Trinketat. Oh, he looks like he might actually be a useful commander. We'll keep him in our prison for now. That army should, I think, actually go to Trinketat, unless we find some more enemy armies around. I think the main batch of enemy armies are actually over here, busy entertaining themselves by besieging things. I don't think that's going to be a problem. I think we just wear them down faster than they wear us down. switch Nikita out for, should have a second Ogbe, a second thing, siege leader. Given how those guys are like right in my territory, damn it, why are all the Gotland have hired both of the currently extant holy orders? Because it would be really useful to just grab a holy order. Okay, maybe 2 holy orders. No, grab a holy order, hire them here. It will burn some piety, but I have lots of piety. Send them in to have a quick battle and then dismiss them. Because the fact that they cost a lot to run isn't much of a problem if you're only going to run them for one battle.
That's true. Yes. However, unfortunately,
Gotland is busy using all of them.
Scotland is probably busy using them in order to squash some pagans.
Yes.
Very much the same way it was squashing Muslims.
Oh, we have a new Count of Constantine. Who is 15. Count Carlman di Spoleto. We can head over there. Wait for this lot to finish besieging this, and then they're going to go and thwap that army on general principles, plus it gets a few points of war score fairly cheaply. So we'll have to go a rather roundabout route for safety. We may end up meeting them in mountains, but that's fine. I'm good in mountains. Oh, stop scrolling. Yeah, lots of our holdings are under siege. I'm not really worried about this. Wondering if I can tempt this army into fighting on our side, on our terms in the mountains, but frankly, nah, I don't know that I care. Let's just take advantage of the fact that I'm good in mountains and we have a vast numerical superiority. Oh, we have a new Duke of Fium as well, who is 8. Why are all my vassals children?
Outbreak of death.
Possibly. Oh, there's another enemy army there. We'll go after them in a moment. He's merely inherited for Afra. He hasn't actually. We haven't actually got a new Duke of Cyrenaica as well. Prince Alarich is impulsive and seems unable to tell right from wrong. What should I do with my wayward son? Well, appoint him to a bishopric, obviously. But maybe we can give him a pat on the head to become arbitrary. Or maybe we can give him the strap and cause him to cease being arbitrary. So it is overall bad. And if we're going to make him a bishopric, we don't really want to give him -2 stewardship. Beat the arbitrariness out of him. Princess Gerhild of Egypt has come of age. She became a brilliant strategist. That's not quite her correct amount of martial skill, because she hasn't yet actually gained her brilliant strategy. Right, now she has 26 martial, which isn't bad for someone who's not a Crusader Queen and husband. And she is Basque. We'll finish besieging Kasala tribe. Now let's get back and sort out Trinkitat. Newt Newt. Right, just a river crossing penalty for that. Which will be fine. Aha! They're starting to build trade posts. A trade post has been built by the D'Artois family of Axum in Aidab. I don't know where that is. Let's turn on trade zones view. Okay, it looks like the trade zone of Axum is already reasonably decent. Excellent. Oh, excellent. Lots more tiny little armies to fight. Right, we'll keep him. We'll probably ransom him. No interest, eh? And he has no money. Yeah, whatever. Ooh. Oh, that's rather alarming. Okay, they have gone and imprisoned Alarich, my son. We may have to do something about that. Where are you lot going? Going to High R. Well, that's probably acceptable at the moment. Their movement locked into High R, so let's go and meet them there. That lot, meanwhile, are happily besieging Teb. Oops, no, not that button. Watch that. Oh, Italia's now making moves on Africa. It declared the Italian holy war on Caliph Hakam. Oh, look, there's some more armies coming in, just in time to not save their fellows. Probably. Or at least there's some ships. Whether they actually have any armies on them, I don't yet know. He doesn't look very useful. We'll happily ransom him. So that army is now spare. Let us send it up this way. Oh, that lot are actually going to Suakin. I should have noticed that. There, he surrendered. I've got 31% war score. He's holding my son hostage, and yet he's decided to surrender. Right, I need to quickly check. No one else is occupying Gezira, so I think we don't lose anything by accepting his surrender before we fully occupied his territory. So I think we accept. Right, well that was unexpected. They've gone and given us Alarich back though. Right, that's expanded our territory a bit. So yes, the Hashemid Empire now consists of four counties. Yes, 4 counties. One of which is in Africa. Alright, this is a titular empire, which is why it can't easily be usurped. Which is how he's managed to continue being an emperor. They gave me my son back. I should go back to teaching him again. And I should find someone to be Duke of Blemia. So wasn't there someone I invited as Duke of, like, Nabatia who ended up then not having much territory? Was it Manfredo? I think it was, yes. Maybe we should make him Duke of Blemia as well. Right, so we're going to actually have to create the Duchy of Blemia in order to accomplish this. But that's not a serious problem. I mean, it'll cost some gold, but we have some gold. Why is Princess Gerhild in prison? Why Princess Gerhild were you in Mecca in the first place? We'll leave Gerhild in prison for a little while we organise ourselves, because her ransom is going to be a bit expensive. On the other hand, it'll probably only go up, so yeah. Yeah, we'll ransom her now. And then we'll oh yes, we want to grant someone the Duchy of Blemia, and I'm inclined to start getting myself some slightly more powerful vassals on the borders. So that they can push into some of the weaker neighbours. There we go. Why is Duke Velfavaswan still pissed off with me? Have I accidentally got an army raised somewhere? Oh, I think maybe I have. No, hang on, those can't be his army, because I wouldn't... Or at least they can't have been his army from the last time thing. So, who do we go after next then? Tebessa shouldn't take us very long. I mean, he's got a fairly decent number of troops, but... So the Muslim Defensive Pact is getting bigger. But on the other hand, it's a nice small territory. Seeing what we can raise locally. I have some personal territories around here somewhere, yes. Oh right, that would do a pretty decent job, wouldn't it? He's quite a bit scarier. You're part of the Fatimids, and so would take a bit of pushing over. Yeah, let's go for Tebessa. Connect Constantine up to the rest of the kingdom. Yes, we'll be at war with everyone. It'll be fine. Probably. So I should raise my troops there. And probably also raise the various neighbours. Okay, let's not raise that one. Raise the others closer once my troops have got closer to where they're going. Okay, that's a bit scary, isn't it? Because of course everyone on this side of the map has immediately raised their troops. Can we get this lot out without them getting into a battle? No. We do get a defensive bonus there. Which, together with piling all the other troops in and putting me, who is really good in mountains, in charge, might just be enough. Oh, except we have no morale. They'll arrive on the 10th of June. They'll arrive on the 4th of June. It's going to be a bit iffy, this. Gregorio is my other... No, let's put in Estacel there. Now they'll arrive on the 2nd of June, which, like, gives us some hope. Okay. This is going to be a bit of a dicey fight, but we have got Queen Adalberta, so I think there is some chance. Right. Princess Gerhild is now back at home. Prince Alaric is still only 11, and therefore we can't give him a bishopric just yet. That's mountainous. We are going to need a bigger army, aren't we? Oh well. We'll summon it on the way. Actually, let's start raising some. Oh no, let's not raise them there. Not yet. Actually, the amount of time it takes just to move into a neighbouring province in Africa. Oh, excellent. The county of Fez has been converted to Catholicism. Is enough to get you a decent amount of morale into an army anyway. No, you guys should stay there for now. You guys should arrive as soon as possible because this is currently not looking brilliant for us. Oh, I think this war is going all right. Once the reinforcements turn up, which they will in 3 days. Oh, let's stick. Can we stick an organizer in there now? No, we've run out of organizers. All our organizers are in battles already. Adalberta, you pompous brute! A shout carries through the mountains, where I'm fighting a close battle alongside my personal guards. In the distance, I see enemy reinforcements coming our way. Listen, I begin to my soldiers. So, are we going to destroy them? Are we going to adopt a turtle formation like we practiced? Are we going to say, you know what we have that they don't? Each other. Are we going to say, follow your gut or mine? So, she can become an aggressive leader. This character does not shy away from battle and will show no mercy to opponents who attempt to quit the field. pursuit plus 25%, damage plus 10%, defense minus 10%. She can become a defender. This character has a reputation as a stalwart defender, standing like a stone wall alongside the men, no matter what force hurls itself against them. She can become an inspiring leader. This for minus 10% damage plus 25% defense. She can become an inspiring leader. This character has a way of reaching directly into the hearts and minds of the soldiers on the battlefield, and not just with a sword. Morale damage plus 15%, morale defense plus 15%. Or she can become a trickster. This character is known to be an unpredictable element on the battlefield. The enemy won't see it coming, and neither will you. Experimentality plus 30%. I think she's an inspiring leader for morale damage and morale defense. Also, we're about to win this battle. So yes, she now has Mountain Expert and Inspiring Leader. And a face covered in blood. Right, so that army of mine should now get an organiser to try to catch up. And yes, this lot should carry on heading eastwards, I think. Aiming to win by occupation. Four more people have joined a defensive pact against us. So holding in Constantine is under siege, that's fine. And as this lot get close, I will raise troops from nearby places and drop them into Tebessa as well. Oh, the Count of Constantine has grown up. You could really do with having some children, or his... Oh, he's already Count of Giza, isn't he? So, yeah. Sorry, I thought he was a foreigner. Well, he kind of is. Seems to be some attempt going on here by the opposition to organise an army. I'm wondering if I want to break that up a bit. Like, should I... Should I pull this lot back and try to meet these somewhere, so that they don't become anything too scary, or do I just charge for Tebessa? I think I charge for Tebessa, because once we're there we can like camp in the mountains and be terrifyingly defensive, and I think we just want to get there first. The Fraticelli heresy has appeared. Bah. Well, once we've dealt with the monophysites, we'll go and deal with the Fraticelli. Yeah, they're besieging all my stuff over there. This is not a serious problem. Can I join those armies together? No, they're too far apart. Right, someone wants battle here. Lots of people want battle here. That's a bit worrying. No one here is movement locked. I can actually just disband them for now. And if we can get into Tebessa before they do, we will almost certainly win. Because if we're in there, there's no way without them coming in with an enormous army that they're going to beat us. And indeed, then we can come up behind them. No, stay there for a moment. Stay non-existent for a moment. Right, so that lot can now provide reinforcements shortly afterwards to our firmly embedded into the to our army that will already be firmly embedded into the mountains. Someone has disbanded a thing. Why? Oh, yes, that's reasonable. Is Duke Velf at war with someone then? No, only with relation to my war, though possibly he's just won one, I'm not sure. Surely I would have been told about that. Let's make sure we get the correct set of people. We need a siege leader and probably a holy warrior. We've got three narrow flanks, we're in mountains, and we have some spectacular commanders. I don't think that this is going to be much of an issue. This campaign has been easy pickings. Swinging my sword through the mountains is a pleasure, and my fellow soldiers are equally jovial, surrounded by the blood of our Bedouin enemies and the cries of battle. Look, enemy commander Abdul is hiding! Someone suddenly shouts, pointing off into the distance. So, I am brave. He has a personal combat skill of 16. I have a personal combat skill of 62. There you are. I have been itching for a fight. My German blade of the cross is ugly but effective, and around as the onlookers hold their breath. I moved aggressively and brought my German blade of the cross down upon him. They fended off the first blow, but not the second. Once the duel was over, I mopped the sweat off my brow. I take it I win this fight. Queen Adalberta gains 50 prestige, gets dual victory, which gives her plus 20 monthly prestige for the next year, plus 0.2 monthly prestige for the next year. Abdul is wounded and badly bruised. My dual experience and my battlefield experience increases. But apparently not enough to actually boost my personal combat skill any. Clearly need to get into more battlefield duels. I mean, she's been trying to, but there haven't been many opportunities. Aha! Well, is this the same, Commander Abdul? I've just badly... Yes. My troops are performing with excellence, and my chest is swelling with pride as we keep pressing forward. I turn back to answer the call of a soldier nearby when there is suddenly a sharp pain in my eye. Gritting my teeth, I hear an enemy shouting, "Stay down, you narrow-minded occultist!" So she can get a black eye, she can stay down, or... Commander Abdul, you just lost a duel with me. You are wounded, badly bruised, and thus have a personal combat skill of minus 14. Yes. The sun is beginning to set when I meet again with Abdul, my German blade of the cross ready. After he clumsily dodges one attack, my next one lands perfectly. Frantically, the man attempts to cover his injured body, but I've rarely seen so much blood. I take it I win this fight. Another 50 prestige. Dual victory for another. Do I get a second 0.2? He is now severely injured. Maybe he won't try this again. He now has a personal combat skill of minus 34. Yes, alright, Adalberta now has a battlefield experience for plus 1 personal combat skill, dual experience for plus dual experience for plus 3 personal combat skill. But the dual victories themselves don't stack. Right, is Abdul going to come at us for a third time? No. Oh no, that's a different thing. Battle of Tebessa has been won. We have captured Hussein ibn Khalil, who appears to be a commander of some sort. Kind of tempted to start executing enemy commanders on the grounds that they that otherwise they'll go back and start commanding again if we can't get any money for them. If you don't want him, we're not going to let him get away. Right. Meanwhile, Abdul did not take lightly to being defeated in a duel. To being defeated in 2 duels, please. He has sworn to avenge his defeat. You have minus 30 personal combat skill. I have a rival. Though, yeah, or at least he thinks he has a rival. Right, so we finally settled down to besiege the target. How many people have we just dragged out of hiding? 19. What? 18, maybe. Look, I can't ransom you all fast enough. Idiot notices I'm ransoming them in alphabetical order. I think that's because they got imprisoned in alphabetical order. Maybe I should see if any of the others are worth 26. I mean, I'll try to ransom all of them. Julien d'Artois, the Grand Mayor of Axum, is now known as the Wise. Yeah, okay, we've got some truces expiring, that's nice. I mean, how much money has he got? He's got lots of money, right. Well, we're taking him for as much as we can then. Before, like, we win the war. Maybe we should nip over to Giza and deal with this problem. Seems there's something we can besiege in Fustat. Look, I'm only raising this army to squish the rebels. Oh no, hang on, oh, sorry, we'll sell him anyway. He's not actually from this war. Wow, to the foul occultist Adalberta, may you be sewn up alive in the belly of a dead camel. I accept paying your ransom for the safe return of Theodoros. I don't know. Actually, we had a lot of turnover, didn't we? We've probably got some gaps in our... We could do with a new Master of the Hunt. Yeah. We could probably win this siege faster, but we've got all these people to ransom. Right, so we have a 100% war score. We're just trying to ransom all the prisoners before we end the war. Or at least all the ones who can be ransomed. Right, I think he doesn't care about any of the remaining ones. Egyptian holy war for Kabylia has ended. Queen Adalberta of Egypt won. Sheikh Fadil is now merely unlanded Fadil ibn Idris, who has a strong claim on the county, but not a lot else. And frankly, has a strong claim on the county and 6,000 gold. Like, why was he not hiring all the mercenaries? Yes, let's go over here and... lead this army ourselves and stomp on the revolting peasants. Right, so meanwhile, let's tidy up our holdings up here, because that pushes us over the domain limit again. What's the de jure duchy structure around here? So there are 5 counties here, the 6 counties rather, that are all part of the same de jure duchy, Duchy of Kabylia. Does it currently... We presumably couldn't create it even if it didn't already exist. Because we control precisely half of it. Let's probably grant it to Count Carmen of Constantine, because he is a Dispoleto. Yeah. Ooh, there's a tiny Ifrinid revolt. Well, we should probably squish them. Let's just deal with this. Deal with the... Oh, someone else is dealing with them. Look, I want to join in. Thank you. Okay, the peasants revolting in Abyssinia as well. Hoopold is imprisoning a lot of people, presumably in his attempts at claiming bits of Africa for himself. So we can banish several of the people we just imprisoned, whom we can no longer ransom because they don't have a liege anymore. Because indeed I am their liege now. That mean I can demand their conversion? Yes. Well, I mean, we can turn them all Christian and then they can join my court. The only one we can't is the 2-year-old, because we can't in general randomly convert 2-year-olds. I mean, the ones with money, maybe I should banish them just for the money. But, right, that lot. May as well head down there, I think. No, the 2-year-old doesn't have any money. But some of the others had money. Albeit not really enough to be worth the hassle. Oh, am I randomly releasing them now anyway? Well, not that I really mind. So it looks like that conversion also automatically releases them. Meh. I don't really know what to do about people whose lieges don't care about them. I mean, like, I quite like to recruit him as a commander. His liege doesn't care about him, but I can't invite him to join my court because he's imprisoned. He has got money, but I can't banish him. Possibly because he also has a liege. I mean, it's not a noticeable amount of money, mind. She has no money. I'm not sure that Adalberta's court is very caring, really. Oh, Oh no, we can't hold a feast, it's the middle of summer. Hang on, have we got a... Yes, we have got an organiser in there, because Nikita's an organiser. Right. John has successfully converted our other monophysite county to the correct religion. Now let's deal with Giza as well. Because it's Fraticelli. It's a long walk all the way up the Nile. The problem with raising closer troops, Diziat, is that they would all be vassal troops, and so they'd start with 0 thing morale. And so probably in about the time it would take to get them adequate morale, I could walk mine in from Giza. I mean, yes, we can float them in down the sea, but these are quite a long way inland. Right, that's that revolt dealt with. We have no other revolts going on, so we can now dismiss that army. And consider this convenient looking revolt over here. Since he is not a member of a defensive pact, that should be pretty simple. Meanwhile, is there still a revolt somewhere over here? Yeah, there's still a Ziadid revolt. She's like middling scary, but not a serious danger. Switch to a more sensible view than the religion view. So Afar would get us the one county of Assab. Berbera would get us 2 counties over here. Berbera itself and Busasso. Taiz is, well, it's only 1 county and it's on the wrong continent. Quite tempting to leapfrog our way all the way out to Berbera. Any other revolts kicking around? Don't think so. It's odd. Alright, that's the legitimate Ziadids, right, I see, yes. They're in a defensive pact against us. I think we don't want to hit the defensive pact again right now. That's not a revolt, it's just an music. Oh! There is an Idrisid revolt, but it's at the next level down, right, yes. Hakam himself is in a defensive pact against us, so if we do that we end up in a war with everyone, and let's not do that right now. So now we want to raise enough troops to take that lot, which is going to be a few thousand. Since they're in mountains, we're probably going to need more, but let's get that lot ready so that they can defend. We can probably pull these in, can't we? Pull everyone into Askadal and then stomp them in there. Over here, how much can we raise here? Oh, pretty decent number actually. Though our enemy in that war has at least nominally 5,000 troops at his disposal, so let's raise a reasonable number of our own. We'll bring some of them in by sea for speed. We'll leave that lot to organise themselves. Oh good. How much does Arpad Vensel like me now then? That's probably enough. Tripolitania could use some boosting. Where is Tripolitania anyway? Can't remember the buttons now. Oh well. Is that one right? There we go. Please can you actually all accumulate yourselves in a seaport? Thank you. There's someone attacking the HRE, or the HRE attacking someone. What are the HRE up to? Other than moving their capital around all over the place. Oh, attacking, yes, attacking Suleiman the Unready in a holy war for Godjam. That's all the way down in, like, Abyssinia. That's my part of the world, HRE, really. make sure that one's got a an organizer. Just getting the last of those troops into the right place. That lot are already ready. And indeed very well off for morale. Once this lot have made it into their destination, we'll group this lot together, stick Adalberta at the head of it, and then they can stomp in and fight the wrong people. Because the revolt is currently trying to besiege the legitimate government and vice versa. So we can either fight the revolt and then occupy... I suppose we fight them and then fight them and then occupy, or do we just fight that lot and then fight the wrong lot and then occupy? Let's fight the wrong lot and then occupy. I think that's going to be quicker. Yes, they'll have an advantage for being in mountains. We'll have a numerical advantage, and we'll have the advantage of being Queen Adalberta. Right. Bring that lot in by boat. Well, that was quick. So he'll now be up to 88, which is probably good enough. But I bet we can't actually move you yet because that was so quick. No, right. Vaguely remember we want to move our Chancellor when we can. It would be useful to be able to set calendar reminders in this game to say, please remind me that I need to do something on this in-game date. So we have a new Kaiserin of Italia over the other side of the sea. Kaiserin Mechthild di Spoleto, who is for some reason foolishly married. Oh no, whose actual likely heir is someone completely random. Duke Ludovic of Sardinia. Yes, Kaiser Hupold didn't last long. Oh, they seem to have forgotten one of their flanks. That's not going to help them. Oh, we have a new Duchess of Cyrenaica, who is 11 years old. Oh, that's probably fine. Nice thing about new vassals is that they don't have a penalty for my having kept their troops raised for too long. Right, we're going to win this pretty soon. And now we just settle down to besiege a thing that conveniently someone else has already besieged quite a bit. We already have Gregorio up somewhere. No, we don't. Gregorio, come over here. It might mean I've just accidentally removed my... oh no, because Alberto was another siege leader. We want to put someone in here, but we don't really care who. Kind of a bit nominal. Just in case someone comes and attacks us while I'm not paying attention. Right, well, we have 59% war score in that war. We just need to push over Nama. Nice. My second daughter has turned out as an elusive shadow. She may not be a genius, but she can't half-stab someone in the back. Especially since that is apparently before she gets her elusive shadowness. Slightly tempted to break off her betrothal and appoint her as spy master. Can I appoint her as my spy master? I think I can appoint my mother as my spy master, but I don't think I can appoint my daughter, sadly. No. Also, because she's turned out Basque, she calls herself Bertilda Gomez. Okay, well that siege is going alright as well. We could assault here, but it's not like it's going to take long. There's no hurry. Okay, that was the other siege. Still got plenty of stuff to besiege over there, though. The Italian Holy War for Alger has ended. Kaiserin Mechthild of Italia won. Which now means that Italia has a foothold in North Africa. Right, we've now taken Nama. Nothing in there is occupied by anyone other than us. So that's that county yoinked. Sadly, the duchy we would want to associate it with is held by this guy. Oh no, it isn't. Sorry, it's one duchy to the east. It's this duchy. Duke Friedrich of Tahat. His de jure territory includes Yalala. Well, in that case... there's enemy presence in our homelands, so our troops won't fully return home. until we've dealt with the enemy presence in our homelands. Where is the enemy presence in our homelands? Do I just need to wait a little while for the... That's better, yes. Just needed to wait for the game to catch up with what had happened. My son Alaric hardly eats anything for fear of turning fat. So, should we tell him that temperance is a virtue, which is good for many features of him, and gains him one stewardship? We hold him up as an example for the court, which also gains him one stewardship, but makes a couple of my but doesn't make him temperate, and gains him a tiny amount of prestige. Do I gain me a tiny amount of piety by thanking the Lord? I think we'll go for the obvious approach, but like, it doesn't really matter. Right, anyway, up here we want to take this guy and grant him the county of Yalala. Obviously he should just have that. That gets us back within our domain limit. That is still not an interesting revolt because it's at the wrong level. This guy is still in a defensive pact against me. My threat has reached 70%. Because, well, we're still stomping all over Africa. Oh, and these guys have finished their siege. So they should probably head eastwards while keeping on the lookout for any revolt troops they can fight. Those are the main Ziyadid army, and therefore not of any interest to me. Oh, there's a Ziyadid army. Right, get myself at the head of this army then. Adalberta in the centre. I mean, this is actually desert rather than mountain, sadly. Dietrich on one wing, Meinhardt on the other wing. Are you plotting to murder me? No, you're plotting to murder Geirhild. That's even worse. That is not acceptable. Yes, you may embody the perfect purist principles of moderation, but you are nonetheless trying to murder my daughter. Trying to murder the woman who I intend to be the next Queen of Egypt. Will cost me 20 piety if I imprison, if I execute you. So I think you're just staying there. I think you're going into the oubliette. Do not plot to murder my successor. It's not an acceptable behaviour. Yeah, that's just a message from somewhere in Italia. Hey, Adalberta does not murder people. She doesn't need to murder people. She occasionally executes them. The peasants have revolted in Suakin. Where the hell is Suakin? Bet it's somewhere we've raised the troops from. That's probably enough. All right, we just found somebody else's rebels. We've just put down a rebellion in a revolt in somebody else's kingdom. Now, only getting attrition from them being too far from home. They'll be fine once they've done a nice bit of besieging. I wonder if we can fix that by building a fort, actually. And I honestly don't know. I'm experimentally building this fort. Does that fix my out of supply attrition? No, it doesn't. But what happened to my court chaplain? There. He was quite a useful court chaplain. I mean, he was also bloody weird, so it's not entirely surprising he's evaporated. Oh, there he is. Oh, he's become incapable. Right. He was already quite delicate. So, despite his being... no, he's still alive. He's just... He has brilliant learning, but can't do anything with it anymore. Sadly. He is still one of the most learned people in the world. Well, let's invite Starkadr to join my court then. Oh, only he won't. Why haven't I got that? I've got that set to join court. Yes, is the problem that the search is going wrong? Yeah, that's better. What the hell? 34 learning. Well, okay, I'll have you then. And someone's using you as a commander. Yeah, that'll do. These mountains, but on the other hand, they're a bunch of rebels. They're not going to have very much strength. Right, the moderately terrifying Anders. The base learning of 20 and a mastermind theologian, mystic, diligent and erudite. Well, let's hope he can do something good. He'd also like to get married. And we have a bunch of random people here. Who would you like to marry? Let's marry you to the candidate with the highest learning. I don't think any of these people I have any use for. And maybe I should choose someone who's actually in my county, but I presume you'll drag her in here rather than vice versa. Oops. Oh, and we should do something with him, shouldn't we? Right, so Anders is now married, which will have improved his opinion of me. Which, will make it harder for people to recruit him away from my court. So, I think we've still got that patch of Fraticelliism. So, you should still be trying to fix that. That lot will get to their destination eventually. There's a slight danger. These mountains, I'm a little bit worried now that my army might not be big enough. No, they're rebels. They've got one flank. They will make a complete pig's ear of this. We've brought 3 excellent commanders, one of whom is brilliant in mountains. We've got some oversupply of people. Plus, it'll do Adalbert a good to lose a battle from time to time. Piece of the Great Pyramid of Khufu has fallen off, almost hitting a bystander in the head. Certain areas of the magnificent structure do seem to be in dire need of upkeep. So I can either spend some money on repairing it, or I can sell off the pieces for money. We'll sell off the pieces. Don't need the prestige. Should probably do something with the money, mind. Let's build some more things in my domain. There we go. Right, that's used most of the money. Right, let's see if we can actually beat these guys. Yes, we can. No trouble. They may get a defensive bonus from being in the mountains, but nothing to what we get for actually bringing 3 flanks to the army, to the battle, and having some decent commanders. Don't think we need them anymore. Adalberta is not one to hang around visiting her soldiers during sieges, so she's not going to go over here. Aha! Duke Liutbert of Fez has declared the Fezian Holy War for Marrakesh on Caliph Hakam. Duke Liutbert of Fez has 4,500 troops. Caliph Hakam has 1,500. Right, have fun, Duke Liutbert. That's precisely what I want you to do. Actually, one thing I do have to pay attention to is how his revolt war is going. Right, we need to get this done quickly. He's at minus 93% in his revolt war. Alberto is an organiser, isn't he? No, one of these is surely. No, none of them is. Right, let's stick an organiser in to make sure we get to the next county quickly. Right, are we going to send our brilliant, our really scarily brilliant potential spy master off to marry the Tsar of Bulgaria? I think yes, but let's watch her in case we can see anything interesting happen to her. Slightly disappointed that she isn't like Tsarina Bertilda. Bah. Can we assault this adequately? Yeah, I think we probably can. Let's try it. You're losing another war. If you give up on this one, maybe you could not lose the other one so quickly. He's now got a royal Costonia on the Apostolic Palace over in Rome. Come on. How about now? Otherwise I'm going to have to find some more of your territory. Yes, good. We hold both of those counties in their entirety, don't we? Yes. Aha! She may not be my spy master, but she is now the spy master of Bulgaria. Well done, Bertilda. Tsarina Bertilda of spy master. Bertilda. Tsarina Bertilda of Bulgaria. Also spy master of Bulgaria and Princess of Egypt. I mean, I'm not sure it's good for me, but it's good for her. Also, like, she does like me, which means she might not, like, plot against me. Actually, will he offer us an alliance? No. Who are you? Queen Mencia of Sardinia and Corsica. Oh, they've taken the whole of Sardinia now. That's interesting. Hello, please reply to my request for a surrender. Right. The Egyptian holy war for Berbera has ended. Queen Adalberta of Egypt won. To the prudish occultist Adalberta. Presumably prudish for having chaste and occultist for having mystic. May Allah destroy your house. I accept your offer of peace. Right. We now have Berbera and Busasso in our territory. So he is sadly a member of the Terrifying Defensive Pact. Well, fairly Terrifying Defensive Pact. That's the wreckage of the Ziadid revolt, which is about to lose its own war, its own revolt war. Yeah, so that's the Ziadid Emirate. They're Christians. And that's part of Alodia, which is of course part of the Defensive Pact. But is presumably now a valid target, albeit possibly not an entirely sensible one. Oh, and I've got a truce with Alodia still. And that's Mercuria, which is similarly a member of the Defensive Pact. We might be able to do Tlemcen though. Not least because the neighbours are currently busy with the Duke of Axum. And it is only, I believe, that one county. So if we declared war on him, we can raise our troops here and here, stomp them straight in there, and wipe him out. Let's just check how many we can raise here. That would do the trick, wouldn't it? I mean, we'll immediately bring the entire defensive back to war against us, but the idea is we take the place quickly before any of them can actually get here. Let's go for it and see how well it works. Oh, we should fix our domain limit problem first, actually. We can do that probably instantaneously. I mean, it doesn't really matter, we're not in a hurry. So we would create the Duchy of Berbera. Find someone to stick in it. Diziot says, BJH21, consider mercenaries. I haven't really got the money. Consider holy orders, yes. Except that they keep being... they're all permanently hired. Well, actually, the Knights Hospitaller are currently available. The thing is, even then, them we can only hire for like 6 months. And they'll materialise in our capital, which is miles away. Like, we'll have to walk them out to the coast, put them on ships, ship them all the way over here, amphibious landing over here, and we'll probably run out of money by the time we get them into the right place. So, I mean, mercenaries are worse in that we also have to pay a phenomenal upfront cost to get them. Now, I think I can do it with my personal levies from these 2 counties, especially if I can fix my domain limit. I don't know if that has any effect. Also, I'm about to run out of use up some of my money creating this duchy. Right, who wants this duchy then? I feel we should give it to someone new. Ideally someone... I mean, we could give it to one of our council, I suppose. Like, it's a good way to stop them running away. Gregorio, for instance, might be... Oh, let's just get him to have the correct religion. I declare war on him to get those people back. No, I can't. But he could. We need to wait for him to convert now. You can't be Italian and Orthodox. Well, I mean, you can, obviously. Right. Would you like to be Duke of Berbera? I think you would. I think you have excellent martial skill, which will almost certainly be helpful out there. Yeah, okay, it was probably better when you were wearing the hat. Right, so... has that changed how many troops we can get? I should probably set about building some better things out here. only extra fort level, so it's not really of use for our immediate purposes, so we may as well not wait for it. So we aim for this to be quite a quick battle. Not least because apparently even the Christian Defensive Pact is now going to... Oh. The Christian Defensive Pact is going to join in. No, okay, I don't want to do that. Or do I? Can I do this so fast? Problem is that probably means that even... That's part of Let me just get my Defensive Pacts map up. Yeah, even the neighbouring county is part of the Defensive Pact. No, okay, I want to let my threat drop below 74% before I do that. Right, we may have to have a rest from wars for now. Unless we can find some more revolts to deal with. Meanwhile, research me some more military tech, my dear Marshal. And one commander down, apparently. Oh, because the guy I just... No. No, we just are one commander down. Okay, let's get me a new commander. So we've got... We're missing a siege leader, apparently. You'll do. The Kaiserin of Italia has joined a defensive pact against us. And our threat is only going to get worse if Fez wins his war. Oops, I forgot to actually appoint him. Right, so I think now we're mostly like waiting out our threat decaying a bit. I suppose an alternative to waiting it out is to like start actually carving off lumps of the kingdom and making them independent. Kurdistan has joined a defensive pact against us. Patience is a virtue, but sometimes it gets on my nerves. Why not patient? I'm patient. My son Alaric never loses his temper, always waiting patiently for a chance to retaliate. Well, in general, patience is good to have. Growth can be useful as well, mind. keep the patience. Oh yes, we're meant to be pulling you out of there, aren't we? Because, like, he's going to utterly love us. We can't use him to improve the... Oops, Duke Velf's. Oh, the County of Giza has been converted. Excellent. That will stop them revolting. Right, well, she has a fairly low opinion of me. Let's send my Chancellor over there. And we can also allow that lot to cool down. Why is Duke Velf so perpetually annoyed? I don't have any troops raised, do I? No. Why is Duke Velf so perpetually annoyed, I wonder? Republic of Axum has a reasonable amount of income. So Pinkby says, Coup, one of the nice things about Mercs in EU3 is, while expensive, they are Mr. Right Now. Well, I mean, you get them right now, but you get them right now, not necessarily right here. There's an entire bloody Holy Roman Empire army marching through my territory to take, like, some piddling little county down here. Partly, of course, because Assosa is already part of the Holy Roman Empire. So they nominally have interests down here. So let's have a look at our peasants have revolted in Damietta. I mean, in theory, I can let my vassals suppress these revolts, but... I think it cheers people up if I do the suppressing. Well, I mean, some people, not those being suppressed, obviously. So let's have a quick look through my vassal inheritance warnings, see if they're anything to worry about. So, Duke of Cyprus, whose troops I never use because they're in a completely unhelpful place. His heir is the Baron Di Spoleto Christoph. He's a Hungarian Di Spoleto, and so he puts his surname first, and is thus the Baron Di Spoleto Christoph of Kiskunhalas, whose heir is Duke Arpad. But surely that's just going to mean that, I mean, even if he is technically heir to the Duchy of Cyprus, all that means is he'll pull his barony out. He's not heir to anything else. Heir to the County of Famagusta, but that's in our territory as well, so that's not a problem. Duchess Gudrun of Asyut. Next in line is this kid, who I think is also significantly heir to some counties, but, like, again, doesn't matter which way round that happens, he'll inherit them into our realm or not at all. Duke Liutbert of Fez. His is only heir to the Duchy of Fez and is currently Count of Tunis. So at best that will get us Tunis. We want that. Duke Augustine of Mazab. So there the issue, I think, is that his son Christopher will also inherit the county of Como and Bozen, but I don't think that's a problem. We just end up with extra counties because we have the higher title again. Duke Manfredo of Nabatia, so she'd also get the county of Rostock, same thing, it's only a county. Count Maelswain of Alczer. So sadly his daughter has died. His wife is 52, and so his heir is his some fairly distant relation, Saxbald, but he's not. Oh, he's also heir to the county of Northampton, so there's a slight issue that he might inherit Northampton first. Okay, yes. So that one is theoretically a problem. That county there might randomly become part of England. I'm not too worried about losing a barony, and anyway, it's just going to Duke Augustine. That's not an issue. Count Liutbert of Krakow. Oh right, we have that random place over there and we might lose it. Yeah, that's fine. We only got it randomly as well. Patrician Adrien of de Valois. His heir is also heir to the Bishop of Gien, but I don't think he can inherit both, so that's not a problem. Right. So that's all fine. Right, we have crushed another revolt for 0.3 of a military technology point and 6.7 prestige. Oops. Our threat is still 78%. We have a claimant on the Holy Roman Empire. We apparently have a personal claim on the county of Northumbria, yes. That's nice. Don't think I want Northumbria. I mean, I suspect England is actually not in the defensive pact against me. This guy isn't my direct vassal, is he? No, otherwise I'd grant him independence. Suppose I could, like, take Northumbria and then make it independent for the threat loss, but I don't think that actually helps because I think the gain from taking it is the same as the loss of threat from releasing it again. Nothing else we can build at Figuig at the moment. Or at Ujda. So what's the Holy Roman Empire up to here then? They're still marching across my territory. Trying to find something to do. Diziot has a question. Oh, he has a question, yes. Can you send a sneaky person to incite revolts in other people's kingdom, then steal the territory? I can actually, yes. I mean, it's never worked for me. In that I spent, as Holy Roman Emperor, I spent years and years and years inciting revolts in Amalfi, and you will observe that Amalfi is still part of the Byzantine Empire. I tried, but yes, we could try to incite more revolts. Over here, say everyone who has a low opinion of the of Sultan Farouk is also currently in prison, presumably imprisoned by Sultan Farouk. Lodi is reasonably big, I suppose. Oh right, yes, I'm interested in that number. That number. We have, so yes, we can use sow descent to make things, to break things up a bit. Oh, my court chaplain, who I got married largely in order to cheer him up, has now had a son, Dan Anderson. Who's quick, he might be useful. So how old are the kids anyway? Alaric is 14. No children for Gerhild yet. Or across the sea for Tsarina Bertilda. So are these little independent Christian counties? They are, yes. Well, we're not really going after the Christians yet. Some random stuff going on over in Italia. How is the Phesian War going? He's slowly winning it, as he should be. It is 16 minutes past midnight, but I kind of want something to happen. Gerhild is now known as Princess Gerhild the Ill-Tempered. Not quite as good a nickname as the Sword of Jesus, is it? Conversions going on left, right and centre. We're at peace. We can hold a feast. Not sure if many of my vassals are at peace, mind, but Oh, the Holy Roman Empire is going after that one county I didn't get from the Hashemids. So when I got Blemia, they had one county left in Africa, and it kind of looks like the Holy Roman Empire are busy occupying that. Yes, the conjurer must perform at my feast. Yes, whoever you were as well. Yes. Come to my feast, please. Well, apart from Duke Gregorio of Berbero. What? Yeah, I presume he must be busy because, like, he loves me. Hmm. Ralph more or less likes me as well. Bah. Welcome to my feast. Can I make a friend? Can I? Yes, but it's the Bishop of Memphis. How helpful. I was hoping to, like, befriend one of my dukes, not the Bishop of Memphis. Oh well. Right, Alaric the Inconvenient is now 15. 1 year, and we can try to turn him into a bishop. Our threat is still 77%. Would be higher, but the Duke of Fez is taking his sweet time. Relatively, I wonder how terrifying Adalberta is now. Yeah, Adalberta still has the highest martial skill in the world, even though it's down at 31 since she ceased being ambitious. The next best being 27, which at least seems to be from someone who has it by more or less legitimate means. Brilliant strategist, brawny, ambitious, roast, diligent. He's not even a commander. What are you doing? I was hoping like I could go and meet him on the field of battle somewhere, but no, apparently not. Plus he only has 36 personal combat skill. Whereas Adalberta has 69 personal combat skill. They're about to occupy somewhere on my Apparently we keep having factions, but they're all too small to pay any attention to. Come on, Bert. You can do it. Can I move my Chancellor yet? Yes. Okay, Dizzyat's urging. Since the Fatimids are being squished anyway. Let's try to find an unhappy county level vassal of someone. And send my that one wasn't it? I think so, yes. Send my Chancellor to cause trouble. Let's run time a bit faster while we're frankly waiting for things to happen. My son Alaric is a charitable little rascal. Just gave his newest toy to the smith's son. So charitable is good for your diplomacy and bad for your personal combat skill. So we can say that's a good thing. We can get some piety with a small chance that he'll become greedy. We can give him a pretty good chance of becoming greedy. Greedy basically gets you a load more money. We'll keep him on the good side. Aha! Duchess Gudrun of Asyut has declared a holy war on Mercuria. So that's at least some of that. I think the northern section. Let's just check how is. So Duchess Gudrun has about 5,000 troops. King Gabriel has 2,500, so, well, should turn out well in her favour. Didn't mean to zoom in quite that far. Just watching the other people's holy wars up here. Training grounds have been built in Fustat. Oops. Well, we could continue to improve them. We could build some better stables. Right, Fustat is my capital, so it seems worth building things up over there, as well as in my convenient reserve of domain over here. But I've just spent all my money. Still just spent all my money. County of Axum has been converted. Excellent. Peasants have revolted in Asyut. Hey, Queen Wasface, can you spare that army for a moment? Or do I have to send mine in there? No, I'll send mine in there. It won't take long. You should probably be busy dealing with your holy war anyway. Oh, this is slightly alarming. I think because we ended up with a rather small flank in the centre, Adalberta stands some chance of being routed here. I mean, not seriously so, but... Right, so a few months until the inconvenient son comes of age, and then we can tidy him away and also our threat will drop below 75%. I'm not going to do another war now, but I will leave us in a situation where another war is a possibility. Hopefully where the succession has been sorted out. Okay, I'm pretty sure that's something I don't care about. Oh, during the Battle of Tadler, the enemy cornered my commander, Duke Liutbert of Fez, oh dear, who was flailing miserably with his flanged mace. Well, yes. I'm told the poor man soiled himself as death came to claim him. Another one bites the dust. I was just about to try to find out how he was getting on. My zeal and religious beliefs have led me to become more respected and given me more prestige. If I had known this sooner, 15 prestige. I have 11.6 thousand prestige. So we have a new 15-year-old Duke of Fez. Liutbert having perished in battle. He does have 35% war score in his battle there. I'm going to need a new commander, I think. Was it not actually my commander? No, apparently he wasn't my commander. Okay. Oh, we have a new Duke of Alexandria as well, who is again 15. Well, he'll probably be interesting when he finally comes of age. Oh dear, Fez is about to lose that battle. Peasants have revolted in Gafsa. Now we don't need to hold a feast this year as well. Prince. All right. So yes, the Duke of Fez is also Prince of Italia and heir to the Duchy of Tunis, and has just come of age as a grey eminence, which may not help him very much. Heir to the Duchy of Tunis. Oh, we're going to gain the whole of Tunis. That would be nice. So he is only Duke of Tunis, and essentially this is because he has... Right, yes, his first son was the Duke of Fez, and therefore his first son's first son is the current Duke, the new Duke of Fez, I think. Oh no, hang on, no, that's not right, because it wasn't... What? Who is... Oh, the current Duke of Fez is the second son, is the first son of the second son of the current Duke of Fez. After Kaiser Hoppold. Right, okay, yes. So, yeah, I'm a little worried that Fez may actually lose its current war. Right. Prince Alaric of Egypt has come of age. He has turned out as a brilliant strategist, unsurprisingly. Gods, I need to pay attention to that one as well. Right. So, the plan here is we find out if we can grant him a bishopric. We can, right. So, we grant Prince Alaric the bishopric of Buafa. He has a learning of 4, so he will be terrible at the job. Increasing his opinion of me by 20, even though it causes him to not be able to inherit. Making him a bishop will disqualify him from the succession. Yes, that's the point. Oh, cannot disinherit your heir by making him a bishop. Oh, right. Well, we have some hard work to do then. We need to get rid of this guy somehow. We're not allowed to murder him. We can't get him excommunicated. We can imprison him, but it will really annoy everyone. Well, we're going to have to do something about him. I mean, no, he would be a terrible king. Like, he'll have 18 marshal. It won't be a disaster, but we would certainly prefer not to have him as king if we can possibly get Gerhild. Let's unpause for long enough for him to actually get his new martial score. There. Right. Like, Gerhild is much better. Obviously, one thing we can do is appoint him as a marshal and send him off on doomed missions. Oh, we've got this thing to deal with in a moment, haven't we? Yeah, we'll deal with that. So we also have a new Duke of Damietta, who has managed to get himself betrothed to the Duchess of Cyrenaica. So those duchies will merge in a generation or two. I don't think there's anything much else to do there. Another 15-year-old Duke. Problem is, I don't really want to fire any of my current commanders because they're all good. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that timing's not very good. Oh no, there we go. Right, so I think we should stop here, or stop at this stage. The new Duke of Fez is not as effective as the old one, and is in danger of losing his holy war against the his holy war for Marrakesh. The Tlemcen is still there. we have a threat of under 75%. So if we declare war on Tlemcen now, only the Muslim and pagan defensive pacts would come to its aid, and that over here, that's basically Fez and Ziz. Oh, sorry, that is Fez, not Fez. The Fatimids, who are already in the middle of a holy war, and I suppose we get some troops coming up from Mali and Ghana, but in particular, the Christian states along the coast wouldn't provide anything, which would otherwise be inconvenient. So that can probably be done. Over here, the Holy Roman Empire is 55% winning its war against the Hashemids for that little county there. There are no other revolts around, so doing much else over there will be a bit of a pain. The timing for the next crusade is 1152. There will likely be a crusade in 3 years. We have a problem that our eldest son, Prince Alaric, is not able to be made a bishop because that would just be too obvious. So we're going to have to find some other way to disqualify him. Obviously we should try to ensure he doesn't have a son, so let's not risk letting him marry anyone. At least no one of a reasonable age. Possibly we just need to send him off to do something incredibly dangerous. He has a backstabbing skill of 6. If we were just to appoint him as spy master and get him to do stupid things, he would probably get himself murdered just through sheer incompetence. It would be nice to be able to disinherit him without having him killed, but yeah, we'll see. Queen Adalberta is 43. She's got a few years yet before she has to worry about her heir being the wrong person. And as long as Alaric avoids having children, Gerhild is still there. So it may not be too bad anyway. So yes, I will have another look at the rules and see it. I know of at least a few approaches, but several of them are not easy with my character's culture. I am wondering about changing the inheritance law as well. If we went to elective Gavelkind, I'm pretty sure that... Well, how is she second in line? Why is Gerhild not second in line? Gerhild's older, possibly because she's technically illegitimate. Yeah, maybe we need to switch to something elective in order to get Gerhild in. I'm pretty sure if we switched to elective monarchy, we could elect Gerhild. But that will be something for next session. So, we're not about to marry Alaric off. We're not about to give him any land. Well, we might. We are probably about to go to war again. But that will be for next time. Until then, good night.